very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone's here to know who is Albert Uncle. So let's get to know who is Albert Uncle in a short while. I request all of you to take your seats and be ready to know all about Albert Uncle. Thank you.
ඔක්කොම හරිනේ
මුත්තු යාළඟනේ
ඔව් මංගාව යන් වෙලාව හරි
මොන හරි කරන්න ඉක්මනට
ලන්ඩන් වල ඇල්බර්ට් අංකල් හෙලෝ ඇල්බර්ට් අංකල් සුරේෂ් 50000ක් එවන්න පුළුවන්ද මේ දැන් වෙස්ටර්න් යුනියන් එකේ
හදිසියකදී රටකින් රටකට මුදල් යවන්න අවශ්‍ය නම් ශ්‍රී බැංකුවේ වෙස්ටර්න් යුනියන් සේවය තියෙනවා. ඔබට පහසු ශ්‍රී බැංකු ශාඛාවකට ගිහින් ලෝකේ රටවල් 136ක වෙස්ටර්න් යුනියන් මධ්‍යස්ථාන සමග විනාඩි ගණනකින් මේ වගේ ගනුදෙනු කරන්න පුළුවන්.
දැන් මුදු මාරු කරගන්න.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the launch of Albert Uncle. A good evening. A very good evening to all of you. I would like to hear a very nice good evening back. Good evening. Great. Now, how many of you are here to know who is Albert Uncle? Only 2 hands going up? I thought, we had so many comments, we had so many likes, we had so many shares in, arousing the curiosity. Everyone's curious to know who is Albert Uncle. Now, how many of you can remember that advertisement 20 years ago? I have grown up with it. I mean, people of my age, I'm sure we all have grown up with this advertisement. Anyone who hasn't seen this advertisement before? No, we all have. Now, how many of you have related this advertisement to your life? I think since recently, we've all, even now, when somebody says, we want money from abroad, ask your uncle to put some money, we always refer, Ayyo, Albert Uncle to call ekak dennuko. And whenever, even at my very own brother's wedding, when there was a little delay with the ring, we're like, Albert Uncle to call karanna vedanne. So we've all referred to him. Has anyone of you referred to Albert Uncle in your lives? Yes? Right, there you go. But have we ever stopped to think who Albert Uncle really is? Who is he to help someone? We all know Albert Uncle as someone who helped Suresh with 50,000. He remitted 50,000 through Western Union to sort the wedding ring. But did we ever stop to think who he is? No, we did not. But now we are ready. Since recently, there was a stir on social media everywhere to say that Albert Uncle is coming back. And we are all here to know who Albert Uncle is. But before that, let's see what he's been up to all these years, shall we?
Albert 1,000. Can you transfer it through Western Union?
Again? Of course, Puta. Hello.
Albert uncle, what can I do to reduce my carbon footprint?
I have a checklist I've developed. I'll WhatsApp it to you.
Albert uncle, how long should I preheat the oven?
Electric, no? 10 to 15 minutes should do. Hello.
Albert uncle, should I pump 92 or 95?
Open the fuel hatch. It's written inside. Yes?
Albert uncle, we need you. The economy is in danger.
Now, who is Albert Uncle? Any guesses? No? I heard some people talking, referring to certain people out there during the fellowship. But now, how did we end the advertisement? We need you to help the economy. Now, how many of us believe that our economy needs to be saved? We need help. Yeah? We all believe that? Yes. And this is exactly why, after 20 years, we're all looking for all the options we have to say, you know, economy is going bad, but we need help. Whom to call? Whom to depend on? Are we to blame authorities? No, we need help. Whom to call? And then Ceylon Bank, after 20 years, it took 20 years for Ceylon Bank to remember there is Albert Uncle to get help from. And they finally decided to invite Albert Uncle to come and save all of us. And Albert Uncle did agree to come back. So to talk about this, we are here to launch Albert Uncle. To talk about this, let me invite, not Albert Uncle, but to talk a little bit about him, but you may make a reference as well. I invite Gamika De Silva, Assistant General Manager, Marketing and Sales, Ceylon Bank. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Gamika is here to talk about the campaign. Yes. Let's have a seat. Hi, Gamika. Nice to have you.
Nice to have you.
He's not Albert Uncle, don't worry. A lot of people made reference during fellowship, but he's not. Right. Now, who is Albert Uncle, Gamika, and what is this campaign all about?
Very interesting question. I'm sure a lot of curiosity and everybody's wondering who Albert Uncle is. Well, let me take you back in terms of 24 years to be very exact. 1995, Ceylon Bank was the first bank to launch Western Union in Sri Lanka to remit money to Sri Lankans. And 1998, we aired this legendary commercial, which I'm sure we grew up with. A lot of people remember, as Ashi mentioned, that we refer to Albert Uncle for quick money and quick advice as well. There's also another generation who have not got exposed to this commercial, but do know Albert Uncle in some way. So I think it was our responsibility to relive this legend and bring back the legend when it's timely needed, because Ceylon Bank always have been in the forefront in bringing out timely solutions when it's timely appropriate. So just to give a glimpse about it, I mean, you spoke about the economy. The economy, I'm sure there are a lot of challenges. As you rightly mentioned, we cannot be pointing fingers at anybody else. What can we do? And as a responsible bank taking national interest, we have identified remittances as a very important pillar where we can support. I mean, we need the foreign currency to foreign exchange to come into Sri Lanka. There are multiple ways that you can send foreign currencies to Sri Lanka. I mean, how does the country benefit from the foreign currency? It has to be sent through legitimate channels. The government, central bank, as well as the banking system needs to be benefited out of the system. So you need to pick up the legitimate channels to send the money in, and then only it will support the economy. So we thought as a team, London will Albert Uncle. He's the one who sent the remittances to Sri Lanka, and it's legendary through Western Union. So let's bring back that memory and re-energized not only Ceylon Bank as well as for the entire banking system in Sri Lanka, and make an appeal to the expats or Sri Lankans living abroad to remit money to Sri Lanka in the legitimate channels and help the economy. And that's why we have asked Uncle Albert to come and help the economy. And that's the background of the story.
I think just like you mentioned, it's all about encouraging. All of us must be having relatives or family members or friends who are abroad sending money into the country. And this is exactly what we needed at the timely situation. And as we encourage them to keep sending money to the country through legitimate means, just like you said, they must be wondering, we have always been sending money, but what is in it for me through this campaign? Why Albert Uncle? And what is Ceylon Bank plan to do? What should they do differently through this campaign?
All right, our pledge is very simply, whilst it's been a national request for the country, for the banking system. Ceylon is known for Western Union, Ceylon is known for London, Albert Uncle. So pick Ceylon Bank as your preferred remitter and use our branch network, which is over 172 across the island. Wherever you are in the country, you can get your money. And we also guarantee within just under 10 minutes, you can get your transaction done. So no waiting time, that process is made smoother. So what is it need? For me, the receiver and the sender are being benefited. So there will be 15 lucky winners that will be picking up during this campaign period to reward them and, to set a trend in terms of, energizing the entire system with this reward and this campaign so that, the benefit is for the receiver, sender, as well as for the country.
Right, I think this is a great way of Ceylon Bank coming up with this initiative of Albert Uncle. And Albert Uncle is ready to help us, right, Gamika?
Absolutely.
Yes, and this is where we can help the country grow. This is where we are here as well-wishers to spread the word of this campaign. And we mentioned 15 lucky winners. The senders and the receivers will be chosen and they will be benefited. How are they really going to be benefited, Gamika?
There are two ways of benefiting them. So to have a preamble for that, I spoke about a generation which grew up with Albert Uncle and knowing this legend. But there's also a generation who's the digital savvy, the younger audience who's in the digital world. So we want to appeal to them as well. So Albert Uncle was a legend, so we want to relive that legend and keep it for a longer time. So considering the fact that Ceylon is also being timely appropriate in terms of bringing solutions, we understood the whole dynamics around the metaverse, the digital world that you deal with. So we are actually tokenizing and bringing in digital collectibles of Albert Uncle so that you can actually own Albert Uncle there. So, I'm not going to, let the cat out of the bags. There's some time to reveal that. So, there'll be digital collectibles, which has been the talk of the town. And, I've seen Instagram is allowing it. The recent Cricket World Cup is allowing digital collectibles. So, people are waiting to own these collectibles. And it is tokenized that it, endorse the authenticity and your ownership in the digital world. So the younger generation or anybody who wants to, own Albert Uncle can have the access to own them. So that's on one side. On the other side, we are also, rewarding them. The receivers are, 15 receivers are being, lucky receivers are being selected to reward with 100,000 cash prizes, allowing them to right throughout the year priority service at our branches, doorstep services on selected services from Ceylon Bank. Likewise, we have a series of benefits that have been listed out to these 15 lucky winners. Both the receiver and the sender will receive. And also for the senders, we are also allowing them a priority interest rate when they apply for certain loans in this country, because we have non-residence loan schemes available. So they can also be eligible for such schemes as well.
That's great to hear. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There we launched the campaign by saying this is the Albert Uncle coming back, but I'm sure you need to know who Albert Uncle is. Still, it's a question mark. But keeping that as a question mark, just like Gamika mentioned, we are all into the digital world. Now, how many of you know about NFTs? Yes? These are exactly the digital collectibles which have been offered as a help from Albert Uncle in London, and he's here to help all of us. So he mentioned we are ready to give 15 digital collectibles, 15 NFTs, and out of the 15 NFTs for today we will be displaying 4 NFTs and we will be telling you what those are, the background stories, and you have the chance to spread the word and get your family members who are involved in remitting money from abroad. And if you are a receiver, you're also eligible for this to win and be a part of this. Am I right, Gamika?
Absolutely. I must also mention, I think we probably must be the first brand in the country to launch digital collectibles, taking out a legend from our history and, making it digitized.
Yeah. And yes, that is something we have to mark. This is the very first time a Sri Lankan bank, a Sri Lankan company launching this NFT reward platform to all of you. This is a campaign of knowing who is Albert Uncle, and Albert Uncle is ready to help all of us through Ceylon Bank. So let's see what he has got. And we did interview him, Gamika, Albert Uncle. We had an interview in Knowing because he's so generous, you know. He's NFTs, he's digital collectibles, he's putting away as rewards to us Sri Lankans to help. And we asked him why and the background stories of all those collectibles. So let's see. We'll be displaying 4 here, and soon after this launch, we have displayed all 15 NFTs at the members lounge for you to have a look, and you may have a conversation with us later regarding that. So let's see what the NFTs are, the 4 NFTs.
Sure.
Yes. I shouldn't forget to mention, we had a chat with Albert Uncle in all 3 languages just to test him. So we spoke to him in English, we spoke to him in Sinhala, and we also spoke to him in Tamil. So let's see, we will quote what the stories are. Welcome to the NFT of Michael Alberto. This is the creation of man. Now, he said when we asked him what this is and the story behind this, he said, I was visiting the Sistine Chapel when I realized that the murals could use a little bit more definition. So I pulled out the old time machine. Luckily, everything was functional, and after waiting in line for 8 hours, I was able to secure enough diesel to power it up. Upon entering the Sistine Chapel in 1508, I immediately hit it off with an enthusiastic Michelangelo. He taught me the secrets of creating a masterwork painting, and I taught him the intricacies of Adobe Photoshop. Using his newfound MacBook skills, we conceptualized what was to become a more detailed creation of man. We even hid a pole roti somewhere in the painting. Now, good luck finding that pole roti. Next, we are introducing you the NFT of lyrical genius, Rap Albert. A long time ago, while traveling in America, I met a young man with near immeasurable musical talent. He called himself 50 Cent, and he felt like a man worth my time. So I taught him some fresh Lankan rhymes from my rapper days. He gave me the title of 50 Rupee, and together we formed the popular rap group 100 Rupees, releasing world-renowned tracks such as In the Tea Shop, Waiting for the Bus, Suresh Please Return My Money, and the Bulat Spit Blues. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together to the NFT Rap Albert. And just like I mentioned before, අපි ඇල්බර්ට් අංකල් එක්ක සිංහලෙනුත් කතා කරා. ඉතින් ඇල්බර්ට් අංකල් සිංහලෙනුත් අපිට උත්තර දුන්නා. මේ තමයි ෂර්ලොක්ටත් උගන්වපු ඇල්බර්ට් හෝම්ස්. මට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් සැකය අවුස්සන්න හොදුවාවක් දැක්කොත් අනේ මන්දා ඒක හොයාගෙන යන්නමයි හිතෙන්නේ. ඒකට ඕගොල්ලෝ කවුරුත් නොදන්න හේතුවක් තියෙනවා. මම ලන්ඩන් වල ඉන්න කාලේ ප්‍රයිවට් ඩිටෙක්ටිව් කෙනෙක් විදියට වැඩ කළා. දවසක් උදේක මම නැවතිලා හිටපු අපාර්ට්මන්ට් කොරිඩෝ එකේ බිත්තියේ බොහොම අබිරහස් ලේ පැල්ලමක් හරිම අහම්බෙන් වගේ මම දැක්කා. හැමෝම කතා වුණේ ඒක මේ සාමාන්‍ය කෝපි පැල්ලමක් නැත්තම් චොක්ලට් පැල්ලමක් කියලා. හැබැයි මම දැනගෙන හිටියා හරියටම ඒ ලේ පැල්ලමක් කියලා. ඉතින් මගේ සැකය ගැන ස්කොට්ලන්ඩ් යාඩ් පොලිසියට මම ඒ වෙලාවෙම දැනුම් දුන්නා. The police confirmed that it was indeed blood. ඒ වෙලාවේ පොලිසිය කිහිප දෙනෙක් මට සුදු උස කෙට්ටු ෂර්ලොක් හෝම්ස් කියලා හාදයෙක්ව අඳුන්වලා දුන්නා. එදා ලේ පැල්ලමක් හරියටම තහවුරු කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා මගේ රහසිගත විද්‍යානුකූල පරීක්ෂණය ගැන මම මුල්ම වතාවට ෂර්ලොක්ට කියලා දුන්නා. ඒ වෙලාවේ ෂර්ලොක් මට ස්තුති කළා. ඒත් මගේ නම පත්තරවල යනවට මම කොහොමත් කැමති වුණේ නැහැ. එදායින් පස්සේ අති බිහිසුණු අපරාධ ගණනාවක් විසඳන්න මගේ පරීක්ෂණය තමයි ෂර්ලොක්ට උදව්වක් වුණේ. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to the NFT, Albert Holmes. අපි ඇල්බර්ට් අංකල් එක්ක ඉංග්‍රීසි වලිනුයි සිංහලෙනුයි විතරක් නෙමෙයි. අපි ඇල්බර්ට් අංකල් එක්ක දෙමළෙනුත් කතා කරා.
ஆம் நாம் ஆல்பர்ட் அங்கிளிடம் தமிழிலும் கதைத்து உரையாடி அவரிடம் பெற்றுக்கொள்ளக்கூடியவற்றை பெற்றுக்கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். நான் இங்கிருந்து லண்டன் போயிட்டு உலகத்தை துரத்தி கொண்டிருந்தேன். கண்ணசைவிலேயே கல்லனை கண்டுபிடிக்கிற திறமை எனக்கு சின்ன வயசுலேயே இருந்தது. வீட்டில் கூட நடக்கிறது அவங்களுக்கு தெரியாமல் வயசுலேயே இருந்து வீட்டில் கூட என்ன நடக்குன்னு தெரியாமல் ஒவ்வொருத்தராக உளவு பார்க்குற பக்கம் நான் டுடே ஐ ஆம் ஹியர். ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்காக போய்கிட்டு இருக்கும் லைஃப். ஒரு குண்டூசி கிடைச்சாலே போதும் பெரிய கேஸ் எல்லாம் ஈஸியாக முடிக்கிற அளவுக்கு ஸ்பெஷல் ஏஜென்ட் துப்பறிவாளினா நான் இன்றைக்கு செயற்படுகின்றேன். எப்போவுமே துரத்திக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறது தான் என்னுடைய வேலை. சரி வயசாகுது கொஞ்சம் பிரேக் எடுத்து ரிலாக்ஸாக இருக்கலாம்னு சென்னை வந்தேன். இங்கே வந்தால் மை ஓல்ட் ஃப்ரெண்ட் உலகநாயகன் எப்படியோ அடையாளம் கண்டுட்டாரு. எனக்கு சல்யூட் அடித்து நீங்கள் தான் விக்ரமுக்கு டிப்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் தரணும், நாங்கள் ரீல், நீங்கள் தான் ரியல். படத்தில் ஏஜென்ட் டீனா யாரும் எதிர்பார்க்காத மாஸ் சீன். என்னோட ஐடியாக்களை ரீலுக்கு கொண்டு வராததில் உலகநாயகன் கெட்டிக்காரராக இருந்தாலும் இந்த படத்தை உலக அளவில் உயர்த்தினது நம்ம மறைமுக ஏஜென்ட் ஆல்பர்ட் அங்கிள் கொடுத்த மாஸ் டிப்கள் தான்.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to Agent Albert. Now, just like we said before, we only displayed 4 out of the 15 NFTs. Now, did you see something different? Did you see something different from the other NFTs if you've been involved? And just like Gamika said, not all of us are exposed to NFTs, right, Gamika?
Yes.
Yeah. And this is why we have introduced more rewards. What are those, Gamika? Let's emphasize a little bit on that.
So I don't want to miss any other rewards, so let me read it out of my phone as well. So for the sender, you get one original Albert Uncle in Lefty, lifetime access to priority hotline if you need any of the banking needs done, no waiting time out there. Lifetime priority service at Ceylon branches with no queues and the opportunity to meet the managers directly regarding their banking services. An additional 0.5% interest rate waived off in applying for a non-residential loan, provided you are eligible. Then for the receiver will get a chance to win 100,000 rupees in cash. Once you get selected, lifetime priority service at Ceylon Bank branches with no queues and opportunity to meet the manager directly for their banking services, doorstep services within the Western Province for interested customers to obtain credit card, housing loans or personal loans provided you are eligible. So these are the series of benefits that we are providing, and we believe as Bank with a Heart, we always emphasize on service, that we will be giving the utmost in terms of service to all our customers.
Thank you so much, Gamika, for emphasizing on the rest of the rewards as well, because why not? Not all of us are exposed to digital world, and for the ones who are, please remember and spread the word. We have the media. Why did we conduct such a launch with media and all the influencers and the creative people out there? That is because you are the best out of the best who can take a message out and give this out to the public, because not everyone's aware about NFTs. But why not take this and make everyone aware about what NFTs are and how you can own them and how you can, make money out of it and how you can help the country. Because now, as an initial point, Ceylon Bank has asked Albert Uncle for help, and now Albert Uncle has given the help by giving out 15 NFTs to all of us as a means of help. So why not take them and spread the word? So thank you so much for being a part of this great cause, and meanwhile, spread the word of everyone who is remitting money to the country to do it via the Western Union and Ceylon Bank, as you have the priority with the bank with heart, Ceylon Bank. And with that, I would like to invite all of you for the fellowship session we have arranged at the members lounge, and have a look at all 15 NFTs. And when you win, you get the ownership. We transfer the ownership of the NFT to you so that you can make money out of it and help the country. So thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you, Gamika, for coming here and explaining the campaign and launching the campaign. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashinsini. And also must mention, whilst we are having fellowships, the entire team is over there. If you want to have a conversation, find out more about it, look at the NFTs, talk to our team, and we are always ready to help you and give you more information as well. Thank you.
Yeah, let's make the talk of the town about Albert Uncle and the digital collectibles onwards. So thank you so much for being a part of this Albert Uncle campaign launch of Ceylon Bank, and I hope you will have a great evening with us at the Members Lounge and clarify all your thoughts. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Sweet launch that was, indeed that was. I invite all of you to come to the Members Lounge and have a look at all 15 NFTs. And meanwhile, we have arranged cocktails right outside and the refreshments are available. So feel free to enjoy the evening while having a look at the new generation NFTs. Thank you.